G'day folks, welcome back to Iron Dundee. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, like the videos if you do. My name's Mick. We're going to get into it today, because today is my 6-month anniversary with my 2020 Iron 1200. Let's cue the intro. Alrighty folks, so it's been 6 months since I bought this Iron 1200. I haven't ridden it as much as I'd like. I've got to go and take it in for its first service like next week sometime. It's just about hitting the 1,600 kilometers or 1,000 mile mark. I know, it's been pissing down rain, and I know I should be doing more riding, so my apologies, and I will get out there more. But I thought I'd do a review on my bike of the pros and cons of an Iron 1200. Now, I wasn't given this bike. I bought this bike of my own hand. I got all the modifications done that I wanted to do. So please understand that this is my opinion on how I've had this bike for 6 months and what I feel could be better on it, and the stuff that is great on it. So let's start with the cons, the bad things. I think everywhere I've gone and spoken to people about this, and I feel it too, number one is the shocks. Come on, Harley. How long have you been around for? God knows. Early 1900s. Sportsters have been made from 50s, 60s, 70s. And we still have the issue with these shocks. I mean, they are not as comfy as the other bikes. You need to fix it. If not, employ an aftermarket company who have good shocks, like Legends or other ones. Petters is even probably better. So number one bugbear of this bike is my shocks. Number two, the seat. Now look, I sat on the 2019 Roadster, I've sat on the 2019 883 and the 2020 Roadster as well. Three similar bikes and the 1200. And they've all got similar seats. And yes, the 2020 Harley, you did improve the seat. It looks like you've put some memory foam in it, a little bit of memory foam. But I want to tell you, I think mine's got Alzheimer's because it's not remembering shit. And it's hard on my ass. So yeah, put a new seat on, get a new seat. I'm going to go and invest in a new seat. So Harley, maybe just fix your seats up a little bit. Number three bugbear of the Harley Davidson Iron Sportster 1200. Come on, guys. It's 2021. Have we not started to stick LED lights in the front of these bikes by now? Nearly every other brand of bike or Harley Davidson actually has an LED light. But no, not the Irons. No, we're going to stick with the halogen. So you have to go and buy yourself either a Harley Davidson one or an aftermarket one, which is what I did, and stick an LED light in. Come on, man. Get that shit right. Look at that. That's a pretty cool bike. So, yeah. So, that's the three. Number four. Well, this is not really so much as a con for the bike, but probably more of a aftermarket part, not an aftermarket part, but a Harley Davidson extra part. So for me, it was my foot pegs. So the Iron 1200 came with a mid peg, and the thing with the mid pegs are for me, I wanted a little bit forward. I wanted forward more so that I was a little bit more cruisier when I drive on the highway and stuff like that. And to be honest, when I ordered the forward controls, I went with what the dealer suggested, which is the Harley Davidson forward controls. I probably could have looked a little bit more for myself and then got an aftermarket one, but anyway, I did what the dealer said, which is cool. That's fine. But when they came with the pegs, I had already ordered my other pegs, which are the Allen Ness pegs below. So I had already ordered my actual foot pegs. So when they did the changeover, and I went to put the pegs on, and you can see that in another video that I've posted previously, they come with offset clevises. So they kind of look like that. Not like that. So you either have to change the clevis out, or the foot rod itself, the foot peg holder out, which is roughly about, I think the last time I asked was $150 each side. So we're looking at, $300 for that. Or you can do what I did in my video, which is fine. I did that. Cost me nothing. Nice. Some cars just pull out. So that's really my 4 bugbears of the Iron 1200, the 2020 model. Now, I could say the tank as well, but you know what? I knew what I was buying when I was buying it, and I knew it was a small tank. So I'm not going to say, hey, I got shit fuel economy out of it and I can only get about 170k out of it before I have to fill it, because realistically I knew that was going to be the case because it's a small tank on here. It's like 12.2 litres, which is like 2.5 gallons, I think. So that's not, I'm not complaining about that. It is what it is. But let's do the pros. The pros of the Iron 1200. The Iron 1200 pros are the ability to be able to customize the Sportster. The ability to be able to customize the Sportster to any way that you like. So you can do it as a cafe racer. You can do it as a chopper. You can do it as, bobber style. There's so many different styles that you can do it and make it your own. That's one of the reasons why I liked it. And as you can see, I've gone with, an 8-inch lift, tracker bars, lift on the tank and everything like that, which is, a little bit different to other bikes, other 1200s that I've seen. Another good pro for the Iron 1200 is that once you stick that stage 1 kit on, it's quick. And I don't care what people say, oh, it's a girl's bike, it's a, entry-level Harley rider's bike. Fine, it is. But I tell you what, mine's pretty quick. And I like how they've tuned it, and it's got torque. And it will go in second, it will go in third, it'll go in fourth or whatever, and I just pull that accelerator back, and I'm going. I think the quickest I've taken this up to so far is about 160k an hour, 165 maybe. And it feels good. Like, it's a nice ride, man. Like, it's you don't feel like you're going to be thrown off. You don't feel worried about you can't control it or anything like that. It's good. So coming from a sports bike and having this being really my first own cruiser style bike, the Sportster, you can throw around a bit. You can do your little zigzags and stuff like that, a bit like how you can on the Sportster bikes, on the sports bikes and stuff like that. I tell you what, it's pretty fucking good. You can throw this thing around all day. It's not a problem at all. Just the shocks, that's all. Your ass is a bit sore after. Number 4, the price. Now, the cost of a 1200 in Australia is $17,000. The cost of the 883 is $16,000. So for $1,000 more, you are now into the next engine size up, 1200, obviously. So it was a no-brainer for me. To get the 1200, that is, for an extra $1,000. But the more I ride this, the more I like it. I don't get to ride it as much due to my work commitments, so I am a bit of a weekend warrior at this stage. But once the new train station's opened up and I can drive to the train station, I'll be riding it there because it's fully undercover. So it'll be schmicko. But the ability for me to be able to have a bike, have a Harley, where my mates in the street have Harleys, other mates, and they're a bigger bike, but I still keep up with them. I still can go everywhere they can go. Okay, I have to pull over and get more fuel than them, but I wouldn't change this. I would change this bike maybe in a few years' time, but I probably wouldn't sell it. I'd keep it. So if you are in the market and looking at 883s, Sportsters, 1200s, whatever, any bike, don't dismiss the Iron 1200. I know a lot of the guys who have got these 1200s, and they're good bikes. They are nice. Okay, you need to do a little bit of modifications on them to be what you want to do. I mean, you don't even have to do that. If you want to ride it stock, it's fine. They're nice bikes. Would I own another one? Yes, absolutely. Would I encourage you to buy one if you are looking in the market for your first cruiser? Yes, I would. Would I recommend an 883 or a 1200? I would only recommend the 1200 purely and simply because of the cost. For an extra $1,000, you're at the 1200 mark. Now, when you have the 883, if you want to go and do a stage 4 kit on it, you're looking at about $3,500. Well, that's what it was in Australia. So for you to go from an 883 to a 1200, it's going to cost you an extra $3,000 to $4,000, if not more. After you put a stage 1, 2, 3, 4, then you're at your 1200. So why wouldn't you just buy another one? Why wouldn't you just buy the 1200 straight up for an extra $1,000? That's my opinion anyway. So, yeah, like I said, the customization that you can do to the bike is definitely something that made me want to come to this bike. But after 6 months of riding it, I keep adding things to the bike, and most of it may be aesthetic, you know, little bits here, chin fairing there, wheel axles, axle covers, sorry, down at the front there, which I did a vlog on last week. I just keep adding to the bike, but most of it now is aesthetics and what it looks like. So, and there's so many aftermarket parts for this that realistically, you don't have to go and buy genuine Harley parts. You can buy whatever parts you like. There's so many stores out there. I haven't had any mechanical issues with it. I have seen other guys do vlogging, and they've said that they've had nothing but troubles with their Sportsters. Just some, I mean, it all come down to warranty, but some issues. But I haven't had an issue with it at all. Starts every morning. I do my check. Tire pressure, oil, brake fluid, all that sort of stuff every single time I get on the bike. And she kicks over straight away every time. So I hope you've enjoyed today. I just wanted to give you my perspective after 6 months of owning this on what I think about the bike. and what I feel. Have I made the right decision over the last 6 months? Damn straight I have. And I would do it again. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Tell me what you think about the Iron 1200s or the 883s or any of the Sportsters. And until next week, ride safe. Cheers.